All right, welcome to my channel. So the first thing that you need to know before you start watching my videos is the purpose of this channel is for education and entertainment, mostly education with some entertainment, and mostly for my students. Really, it's an opportunity for me to showcase my algorithm and for my students to see it working and me to be able to talk about the trades and why I'm taking the trades and things like that. This is not a channel where I'll be showing you that I'm making millions of dollars. So family rules, you won't be seeing that. Some traders out there want to put their stuff out. I don't even know why they do that. Like on social media in a public sphere, hey, look at me, I made 20,000 today, 50,000 today, all that stuff. That will not happen on this channel. The most you'll see me making here is anywhere from 50 bucks to $1,000 in a day would be the most once we get to that level of scaling. And then I'll reset and we'll be looking at 50 bucks and we'll be scaling back to, a thousand a day or so. And we'll just keep resetting that scaling. But family rules will not be showing you on this my social media that I'm making tons of money. Second thing is I'm trading with Thinkorswim. That's my platform that you see here on the screen. So you got my two windows on futures trading. Same thing, it'll be Thinkorswim. So you'll see that I trade futures and the equities market with these videos. I trade based off of my algorithm, the simple switch algorithm, and it's got different settings. Same algo, but different settings for futures market, for equities market, and different types of trading. It's got different settings for it. So I'll be trading off that. Links below if you're interested in learning more about the algo. All the education over there is free, as well as the trading log that you'll see. You can get the link below, which will give you that log, so you can go over there and explore all that stuff. So when you're looking at my screen, okay, now when you're looking at my screen, you'll see these the chart markups, and you'll see yellow. Wherever I put yellow is an entry. So when it's yellow like this, it's the algo ideal entry. And then you may see a yellow like this, and that is where I actually got in, and it'll be touching the candle that I got in on. And then the location. Red are my stops, green are my targets. And then if you want to learn how the algo works so you can better understand what I'm doing when I'm doing my trades, over at the link below, you can go over there and learn all about the algo. It's completely free for that whole education. It's free to learn about my trading plan, my strategy, everything that I teach about trading is free over there. Only thing that costs money is if you decided to buy the algo, then that would cost money. But you can apply a lot of the stuff that I teach over there, including my strategy and trading plan, to your own strategies and help maybe improve your game. So all that is definitely free. I don't charge for any of that education. Only the algo if that's something you decided to add to your list. So then sometimes you'll see on here me doing experiments, which I'm going to try to do another one later on this year when I get a little more time. But I love to do trading experiments. We blow up accounts, but we do it in the purpose of education, showing you that certain trading techniques or strategies sometimes just don't work. And we play with some different concepts and blow up accounts, real accounts, small accounts, but still real accounts. And you'll also see some small accounts as well, like when we do offshore brokers and things like that. So, and then of course, educational videos I'll be putting out as well. So there's a lot of different content here. So if you can give me the like, hit that like button, that would help me a lot with the YouTube. And if you subscribe and hit that bell icon, you can be notified whenever I upload new content. And the last thing, but probably the most important thing, is trading is very risky. Do not place a trade based on what you see here or whatever I say. I'm not telling you what to do. If it sounds like I'm telling you what to do, it's me just thinking out loud. And most traders will lose all of their money. I am strictly speculating. I do not have a crystal ball. So, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. So please do not take financial advice from me. This is strictly to talk about how I trade, to teach about how I do things, and for your entertainment. All right, so now the legal stuff is out of the way. Let's get into today's trades. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Today is September 6th. So it's Monday. It's a holiday, so the markets are closed today. So I'm putting this video out today. Normally I put these out on Sundays, but it's the holiday weekend. We're going out today on Monday, so we can all have an idea of what I'm thinking for the week and what the algo is showing me for the week. All right, so as we look at the week here, we got IWM on deck. So IWM last week. Right now we're looking at the daily. So as I said last week, this is, I guess, the daily. So back here last week, we're looking at it, and I was saying that it looks bullish for the short term right now, short term bull for IWM. And sure enough, had anybody traded it for the short term for the week, you'd be in profits. But long term, it doesn't look so great. It's kind of in the neutral zone. It's still a bearish. I'm sorry, bullish. Algo's saying bullish still, but bullish in the neutral side. We are in this channel, and as I said last week, if anything, I would be shorting it in this area, looking to add to my position in my short if I were to trade it. I'm not trading this, and looking for take my profits somewhere down in this area here, just for like a small little scalp as it went back towards the bottom of the channel. And then if it broke out, I would reverse my trade or speed bump it in this area. Once I got a clean breakout, I'd speed bump it to the long side. But I'm not trading it, so IWM, I'm going to hang out, wait, see how it goes. So on the weekly, we're still in the neutral zone. And then the daily chart, we do have a little bit of a breakout above this area here. But until we get a breakout above the channel, to me, it's still going sideways. So no trade for me in IWM. But if I did take a trade on it, it would be short, covering my position and speed bumping it once it got up there, and maybe even adding to my short around this area here. But yeah, right now, no trade. Doesn't look like it's worth trading. So then the next one that we talked about was the DJX, Dow Jones. So Dow Jones on the daily, as we said last week. Oops. So Dow Jones on the daily, as we said last week, it's short term. It still looks pretty bearish. Looks bearish short term. So if anything, this was a short back here when we talked about it, and sure enough, it's sideways to down. And then for a long term, though, for the Dow Jones, it looks good. It's still kind of in the neutral zone, but it's a neutral bull. We got some consolidation in here. That's what typically happens when we get to the neutral zone, based on the algo down here. And so right now we're in the bearish area, not bearish, we're in the neutral area right now. Bearish on the week. On the daily, we're bearish, but on the weekly long-term outlook, it's neutral right now for Dow Jones still. SPY. So, and I'm going to give you some more news about this week coming up and my thoughts on what may happen. There may be some big changes with these, so we'll talk about that towards the end. So SPY. So right now on SPY, as we said earlier, SPY still looks, it still looks pretty good for the daily and the short term. It still looks like it's to the long side. Last week we were looking at it short term more of a neutral bull, but it's starting to look a lot more of a positive, good outlook for the short term up movement here. So on the last weekend we were talking about how it was more in the neutral zone back in here, and it's now transitioning to the more bullish side of things. But on the weekly chart, last week we were talking about it being neutral. And we're still neutral on the long-term outlook right now, but it definitely looks like it's starting to look like we might have some nice upward movements still ahead for the SPY. So I would not be shorting the S&P 500. There's no way I would short that right now. Still looks like it wants to go higher. And then the Qs over at the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, as we said last week, this is looking good. For a long term, it was a buy. And on the short term, it was looking like a buy. Right here, we have the weekly chart up. And, we had a little bit of consolidation here. And right on this candle right here, on the close of this candle, I said I'm a buyer of the NASDAQ. And sure enough, we have a nice move up. Could have took some money off the table there and already put some profits in my pocket if I wanted to. Again, it was back here somewhere where we talked about being a buy. Nice little run up. Still looks good. NASDAQ, I'm still bullish on the NASDAQ right now. All right, let's go over to oil. Meant to cover this last week and I did not, so I apologize. So the WTI right here, WTI in the short term, it looks okay. The algo is saying that it's a buy short term, or it was a buy short term back here. Right now we're still in the same area, so still short term potential buy based on the algo. But there's a lot going on here. We do have this bit of a tower candle here, so we could be looking at a 50% to full retracement. We do have a gap fill here to get up into this gap fill zone, if you will, that I just put this box up here to show you. We could see a ride there, but until it gets above this zone, I do not see oil going higher. So for me, oil is still a losing trade long term. Let me show you the long-term algo outlook. So long-term algo outlook, oil is mega losing trade right now, and we are in a down trend right? We have our high, we have our low, lower high, lower low. Expecting to make a lower high in this zone here. before continuing lower right now. We'll see what the algo does. It may change its mind at the end of this week, but right now oil is not something I want to be in unless I'm just looking to scalp for a short-term deal. Would I short oil here? I would not short oil here right now because we do have that that potential for oil to come up into this area. You know, if I wanted to start a starter position short, maybe, because we do see some resistance in this area, so this could be the rollover, right? But if I wanted to do a starter position short, I could do that here, add to my short position in this zone. But I like the highest probability with the biggest risk reward ratios, and right now for me, a short oil in this area would be a better play for me. And again, everybody, like, I'm not telling you what to do. Please don't take trades based on anything I say in these videos. Just showing you what I do, what I'm doing, how my algo works, kind of thing. So please don't copy me. Trading is really risky, really dangerous. You can lose all your money so easily. You can lose all your money in the market. So do your own homework. There's a lot that goes into trading. Your trading plan has to fit your trades. If you don't have a trading plan, you should not be trading. So I am telling you that. If you do not have a trading plan, you should not be trading. You should have a solid trading plan. On my channel, I do show you how I make my trading plans. So you can go onto my over to my channel, to the playlist, or just under the channel and search plan, PLAN, and you'll see 3 videos that'll come up: Plan 1, Plan 2, and Plan 3. And you could check out how I make my trading plans. But do not trade if you don't have a solid trading plan, and only take trades that fit within your plan. So anyway, so oil. So yeah, so there we go. So that's oil. That's on WTI. Let's go look at USO. So USO short term, you know, it's still got some fight in it. We still see some upward movement. We talked about that last week as well. Or I was going to talk about last week. Had planned on it, but last week it was still showing us some upward movement, and we still have it here. And we did break out above this potential resistance area a little bit, coming back down to it now, filling the gap. Could see a move higher here on USO for a short period. Long-term outlook on USO, not great, but not so bad. You know, I know the algo right here is saying this looks more short than long, but we're on the cusp. We're on the cusp of that decision. You know, we had a nice move up here. We do have some sideways consolidation. It's definitely showing weakness in the algo down here with the red, green to red. And then, you know, our dashed line below the white line, we're seeing a lot of weakness. But the weakness is in the sideways motion, not weakness in a downward motion. So we'll see if USO wants to turn around and make a run for the gap fill. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not a trader of USO right now. I wouldn't short it, and I wouldn't trade it long either. Gold. What is gold doing? Gold still looks terrible. So, you know, we talked about this last week, and we're saying how bad gold looks, and how I would actually be looking to short this thing, if nothing else. But it doesn't look good. I'm not trading gold. As I said last week, we are in this bit of a channel, so we could be making a run to the top of this channel. You know, that may be a short opportunity if I wanted to trade gold, which I don't right now. But yeah, it doesn't look good long term. Short term, it still looks okay because we do have a potential run to the top of the channel. So as we said last week right here, short term gold still looks, you know, it looks bullish right now short term, but we do have this resistance area, and this is another area that I would actually short gold on. Once it tap that, as I said last week, I would be looking to short. My stop I would be putting above that area if I was going to trade gold. But if it breaks above this, we could have a nice little pop here, like a little scalp trade to the channel. But yeah, I'm avoiding gold. Algo says short term it still looks bullish, but I'm out. I'm not doing gold. Silver. So we did trade silver, as I said on Sunday. I'm going to buy silver Monday morning. So I did trade silver. You can see where I have my entry and my exit on this candle. I could have waited till it got up to here, as you're going to see with the rest of these tickers that we talked about that I told you I was trading and I was swinging and all that stuff. I got out of everything on Friday. So I pretty much closed all my positions during the week and on Friday because we had this long holiday weekend coming up, a lot of craziness with Afghanistan. I mean, even there's another coup that just took place in another country. So aluminum, everybody, keep an eye on aluminum this week. Aluminum might get really crazy as there was a big coup that took place in Guyana, however you say that. Which is a big where we get a lot of the minerals that we use for the production of aluminum. So a big military coup there. That country is in chaos right now, and that's where a lot of our minerals for our aluminum supply come from. So aluminum is on the move. But overall, there's, they had the 3-day weekend, holiday weekend, 9/11's coming up, the whole mess that's happening with Afghanistan. Tons of hundreds of thousands of Afghanistan, or over 100,000 Afghanistan people were, taken out of Afghanistan without vetting who they are. Like, they don't even know who these people are that they took out. So the probability is not great this week. I didn't want to be part of the news cycle and get caught over the weekend or going through 9/11 with everything that's going on around the world. So, and a lot of people trade on the news. So I'd rather just stay out of the market. So I closed pretty much all my positions. So silver, though, definitely is looking like it wants to hit that target that we talked about. Still looks good short term. On the weekly, let's see where we're at over here on the weekly. So on the weekly, still looks not great. Not great at all, and we're coming up towards what could be a trend line here. But if let's see if it lines up at all with the algo. Yeah, so we're coming up against this trend line. So does it pop through? Just touch that target and then sell off? We'll have to see. It definitely filled this gap already. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about silver. I mean, long term it doesn't look good at all, but short term still looks like there's a play. And then over here we have this. You can see this pattern with the M right here as well, showing a support area. And we're coming up to that support area. So it broke through the support area, coming back up. Does that support become resistance now? And is it game over? So we'll have to see what happens with silver going forward. But right now I'm out of silver. Took that trade, made some money, bounced out. All right, next, AMC. So AMC, we talked about how it looks so terrible long term. It still looks terrible long term, as you can see with the algo here. And then on the daily, AMC long term or short term for like the week, I told you I was jumping into AMC right down here. Jumped in AMC and then had this nice little rally. Should have got out there. It would have been sweet, right? But I still got out for profit in this area here. But like I said, I just closed all my positions this week. So, but AMC, will it hit this target? It's still on track to do that. Algo still thinks it's possible. We are in a resistance area right here as it was bouncing off of here. It was over here, had support and return of resistance. We got resistance, went back up to it, got resistance. Will it break out of that and hit this target? Algo seems to think so right now, but long-term AMC, not looking good. No trade for me. I'm not getting back in AMC anytime soon. So no thank you. So let's go look at GME, GameStop. So I told you last week Sunday I'm trading GameStop on Monday morning. I did trade it, made a little bit of money, not a ton, but we made a tiny bit. Should have got out here, could have made a lot more money on GameStop. But, and I probably would, if we didn't have this week coming up, I'd be still in GameStop, probably waiting for this target to get hit. Although we're starting to see some weakness develop in the algo. So I'm not sure about GameStop. We'll see how this thing goes. Again, it's coming to a resistance area. And long-term, GameStop looks absolutely terrible. But short-term, the algo seems to think it's going to hit this target with an 80% win rate, as I showed you last week. So we'll have to see. But earnings, this is the GameStop play for this week, everybody, if you want to really look at it. There you go. Earnings on the 8th. What will happen with this ticker on the 9th, right? So earnings comes out, and I talked a lot about earnings last week. So if you want, go over to my channel, go to the playlist for a weekly outlook, and check out week 35. Right now we're in week 36. Check out week 35, and you can see what I had to say about earnings over there. I won't waste your time with the whole thing again this weekend, but could be really interesting what happens on GameStop on the 9th. I will definitely have it on my watch list, and I may take some scalps on it trading. The only thing is with GameStop, it's been hard to borrow for shorts, so I'll have to have a long trade set up for me to trade that, or else I'm not going to trade it. I don't like to trade stuff that's hard to borrow. I like to trade stuff easy to borrow if I'm shorting, because I want to make sure a lot of other shorts can jump in and join me and help drive it down. And if it's hard to borrow, I don't like it. So GameStop, that's the outlook for GameStop. CVS, as I showed you before, we were in that swing trade for CVS. I closed my position in profit. Yes, it's still on the way to the target. Yes, I left money on the table, but I didn't want to be a part of the news cycle, like I said, so I just got out of CVS. There's also potential for an M pattern developing here to go with that news cycle, which is now broken. It looks really solid that it may go to that target, barring nothing crazy happens on the news. CVS looking strong. And then ACRE was another trade we told you I was in. We got this flag. It's still in consolidation there. And again, got in, got out for profit. This is one that I told you I was going to take on Monday morning, so I gave everybody the heads up Sunday night. Told you I was trading this Monday morning. Jumped in. It just went sideways all week, but still got off a profit. Avoid the news cycle, but still looks positive to fill this gap, which coincides with also the target that Algo gave me. So looks pretty good still. ACRE, and then AMPY was the other swing trade that I was in. We jumped in somewhere in this area on this candle, and I bounced out with profit on AMPY. AMPY is not looking good. So it's a weak bearish kind of setup right now. You know, the red color here is indicating bearish, but we do have our dotted line above our white line, which is kind of like the neutral bear, if you will. So AMPY could still turn around, but it's in the energy sector. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're coming out of summer right now, so energy sector in general, I would expect not to be so hot this next month or so. And then we'll see what happens with this winter, if it's a really bad winter or whatnot. But, yeah, energy sector, let's look at it. Let's see what the long-term algo play. Yeah, long-term algo doesn't look good either. So, yeah, AMPY, we're out with profit. And just take my money and look for a new trade. So, everybody, I got no new swing trades to show you this week. I'm going to try to show you swing trades every week. But this week, like I said, with the news cycle, not interested in swinging anything. So all out, clean, just stick to my day trading so I can be in and out, not as vulnerable to the news cycle. And that's going to do it. So good luck, everybody. We'll see you next weekend. And again, if there's anything that you want me to cover, tickers, sectors, whatever, you want me to throw something up on the algo long term to just kind of see what the algo is showing, you know, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to pop up different things or talk about different topics. You know, you do want to talk about IPOs that are coming up and, you know, what I think about those. Or, you know, what is it that you want to talk about? So let me know that in the comments, and I'm happy to try to provide content for those things on the Sundays. If you're cool with what I'm just already providing, then great. If you can give me a like, that would be awesome. Help me out with my channel. And again, if any of your thoughts disagree, agree, put it in the comments below. One way that we can all learn from each other is to comment and engage. You know, you don't have to agree with everybody. The more disagreement and stuff like that we have, the better, because the more information we might be getting. You know, you might say, are you crazy? Gold is going through the roof right now. We're about to have a huge crash in the market. Like, you might have some different opinions. So let us know about it. It would be great for everybody to hear both sides, get different opinions, so we can all do our own homework and make our the best judgment that we can for our trades. All right, everybody, have an awesome night. We'll see you next week.